Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Grue Room. And today, for the Grue Room, we got a very special guest. We got someone who was a star on a very big television series, Baywatch, and his name is Jeremy Jackson, and he played David Hasselhoff's son on Baywatch and worked with people like Pamela Anderson and Alexander Paul, Carmen Electra. Uh, and he also has been in other numerous films, other television series, and now he's a fitness trainer, a bodybuilder, and he's real heavily into keeping his body good and healthy. So this is going to be a very fun interview. We'll be asking him about films and about body and health, and we're going to find out a lot of stuff today. I am Rocco Cross. I am the host at Stutters. I am the host of the Grue Room, and Jeremy Jackson is coming up next. Uh, all right, welcome to Grue, and thank you so much for coming on and being a guest and taking time out of your day.
What a pleasure, brother. Thank you so much, first and foremost, for having me on the show. Super excited, man. I appreciate it.
Nice, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Now, I wanted to ask you, like you started doing act acting at like a very young age. What drew you to want to act?
It's interesting. I was born without a father.
Hmm.
Raised by my single mom, and from a very early age, I discovered the high of approval, of
Uh,
of of entertainment, people pleasing, the power that came from putting a smile on people's faces, getting a round of applause, attention. So really, I think that was kind of my first drug of choice. Was doing a good job, was earning the respect and approval of people by performing well. you
wow.
know and I just did it around the clock. It became my passion. I would lock myself in my bedroom for hours and hours and hours as a very young kid, and I had a
Wow.
karaoke machine, and I would make
Nice.
mixtapes, and I would do
Nice.
fake radio interviews and fake commercials, and I'd play a couple songs, and I'd come back from commercials, stuff like that. I was
That's
just
so
practicing
awesome.
dance moves. I loved it.
Wow, nice. Now was Baywatch like your first big role?
No, Baywatch was my first series regular. Yeah, it was, but Baywatch was not a huge show. It did have some success, but I did over 60 commercials before Baywatch. I did a few television shows. I did a movie with John Travolta before Baywatch. So I had a fair amount of successes. I did 7 Mattel commercials. I was pretty
Wow.
sought after early on, because of that desire to perform, desire to please people. I knew how to hit my mark. I knew how to do exactly what the director said. I knew how to listen and respond and take direction. You can come in. Okay.
Yeah, that happens to me too a lot. Like if I'm doing an interview, like on like a family member would come walk in the room and I'll be like, hello.
uh, yeah, well, we just got done with a book study over here at my sponsor's house. We got a bunch of people.
Hmm. And yeah, I was reading on I saw another thing you did, interview. You were saying you were like as a kid you were a huge fan of David Hasselhoff's show Night
Absolutely.
Rider. So when you go from loving a show like Night Rider and loving the character that David Hasselhoff was, like how's it feel when the guy's your on screen dad now?
Man, it was a dream come true, dude. I mean, before I got Baywatch, I went to Universal Studios and I sat in the kit car, and
Nice.
I still got pictures of me in the kit car. I had a big wheel, the 3-wheeler,
Yes,
big
yes,
wheel, and it
exactly.
was a kit big wheel.
Yes.
I mean, Knight Rider was the coolest thing in the world back then. He was so badass. I wanted to grow up and be just like him. So when I heard I was getting the audition for Baywatch, I was like, oh my gosh, what if I get to meet my idol, Knight Rider? Oh my gosh. It took 4 auditions before I finally met him, actually. I went
Oh
in,
wow.
he wasn't there. And on the final audition, he was there. And I just remember being like, because he's 6'4", he's like maybe 6'5",
Oh yeah, he's tall.
very tall. He's probably 6'4" now that he's older, but
Yeah.
back then he was like 6'5". I just remember like, holy crap. He had the leather jacket and everything. Oh my gosh.
Nice. Right. And like from being on that show, like you were definitely around some woman that like guys always fantasized about, from Pamela Anderson, Carmen Electra.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. That was it pretty much ruined me for life. I was surrounded by so many beautiful women, and it'll mess your head up, dude. And I was the crazy part was I was so young. It was like
Yeah.
all the extras, all the hot extras, all Pamela, Carmen, Yasmin Bleeth,
Yes,
Nicole
that's
Eggert.
right.
They were just all a little too old for me. You know what I mean? So I could get no action, man. And everyone was dating each other and going out for dinner and drinks. I was like 12 years old. I'm like, man, what about me, man?
Right.
I can't wait to get like 16 and get some of this action.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, when that show was out, like Pam was like the biggest thing. Like
Oh
everybody
yeah,
loved Pam, and every guy wanted her, and she was like on every cover of every magazine and talk shows, and her and
crazy.
David Hasselhoff were like the faces of the show.
Yeah, it was like the ultimate man and the ultimate woman. You know what I mean? Yeah, trust me. I'm still trying to get a 6-pack and a Playmate, dude. You know what I mean? I still can't live up to those days.
And like when you were filming the show, like all the show is actually shot on a beach, like that wasn't props or anything, right? It was an
No,
actual
no,
beach.
dude, the beach was our office every day. Beautiful Malibu, Will Rogers State Beach in Malibu, Santa Monica. We filmed in Venice. And, I lived in Orange County. So me and my mom would drive up from Newport Beach, Orange County, about an hour or two in traffic. But, we'd be pulling up as the sun came up every day. It was a pretty nice place to work.
Sweet. Oh man, like I can't. That would be crazy. Like your job for how many years that the show was out. Like your
Yeah.
job was being on the beach.
Yeah, I got paid to be on the beach around beautiful people, and I was I was a troublemaker, So there was all these surfboards and
Yeah.
all these toys laying around, and 4-wheelers and boats and jet ski. And sometimes I would just grab a jet ski and just bail,
Nice,
And sometimes I
nice.
had my microphone on me, and I would get it wet, get in trouble. I'd be taking surfboards home. I'd be doing all kinds of stuff, turning the sirens on the lifeguard trucks. I was just a kid, man. I wanted to have fun.
Nice. And but the one thing about that show, every time I watch that show, that song would stick in my head for like the whole entire day, and I'll be like
Dude,
humming it and singing it, and
yeah, man. I mean, Baywatch, I call it lightning in a bottle. You know what I mean? Like, really captured something at that time in the world. That song, that scenery, those people. We really captured something very special that is still alive and well. Have you seen it yet in high definition on?
no.
Oh yeah, you got to check it out. Every episode, I think Amazon Prime
Okay.
or Hulu. It's completely remastered, and it's
Really?
all in high definition, recolor corrected, and super crispy and clear. So it's a whole new experience if you watch it now.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
Nice. Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely have to watch that.
You won't believe the difference.
Wow.
It's really awesome. Yeah, it's all super digital, crispy, clear, 4K, amazing.
Sweet. And I wanted to ask you, like, was there any like cool or funny like behind the scenes stories that happened while you were on set? Like anything that stood out to you the most, like something fun that happened?
So much. I was doing that for almost basically 11 years.
Yeah, exactly.
So birthdays were there. 4th of July's were there. One time fireworks went off in my back pocket and I had to
Oh
pull
my
my pants down in front of everybody because my pants were on fire and I wasn't wearing any underwear. And I was running around with my ass burning naked. David Hasselhoff always used to mess with me.
Oh
I'd
my
be doing
God.
my scenes. I'd be doing my scenes and the camera would be off him. He'd be behind the camera giving me his lines. He'd be pulling out his bare ass, showing me his bare ass so sometimes you'll be watching that show and I'll be looking at the camera going, okay, Dad, and like really he's just got his hairy butt just ass out. So, we were like a family, man. We were together every day for months, for years, months at a time for years. So we did all the stuff families do.
And I was looking on your IMDb. Is it you're doing a Baywatch documentary, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's coming out. Actually, it was supposed to be out already, but we decided to completely re-edit it. And the team that did the Bulls documentary, Last Dance,
Mm-hmm.
they're editing the Baywatch documentary, and they're like award-winning, amazing production crew. So this documentary is gonna be way different than people think it's gonna be.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I saw like David Hasselhoff is in it, and like some of the cast like David, Carmen, Electra. I didn't see
Yeah.
Pamela Anderson's name, so I'm assuming she's
Kelly
not in it.
Slater. Kelly Slater's in it. Yasmin Bleeth came out of retirement for it.
Wow,
A
nice.
lot of the original people came up. Pamela is yet to be added to it. Doesn't mean she won't be in it. She just hasn't done her interview yet.
Wow, okay, nice.
So we'll see.
Nice. And like, are you still like cool yet with David Hasselhoff? Like, you still talk to him and stuff?
Yeah, man, I'm very close with him. I did my wedding reception years ago at his house.
Wow.
I talked to him he was at my birthday party last year in October. So the last time I saw him was in October. So it's been about 7-8 months since I've seen him.
Yeah.
But I definitely stay in touch with him. He emailed me just a couple months ago, so we do stay in
Nice.
touch. Yeah, he's a good friend of mine.
Oh wow, nice. And I saw you also did a couple things in the world of horror films. Like you did a horror movie called Ring of Darkness.
Darkness. Yep. Uh-huh. Yeah, it was a Regent production film. Dave Ducote was the director. It was interesting, man. I remember I went to the audition. I thought it was going to be like a big feature film.
Yeah.
I didn't know, and I showed up and I killed it because they wanted people that could dance and sing, and
Yes.
that's like
Yes.
my forte since I was a kid. I'm like, oh, what's up? I'll dance right now. And it turned out to be like a little independent movie. I was like, man, if I can work my ass off, it's just a little independent film. But I had a lot of fun on that show. I got to work with Greg Sipes, who's amazing. He's the voice of Beast Boy. He's the voice of like
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of and we became really good friends. So I met a lot of really cool people on that movie.
Sweet. Nice. And
Yeah.
like I I don't I know that movie was done like a while ago, but I always like talking about horror films because like my show is like a lot to do with horror.
Oh, nice.
Do you remember what scene you liked the most from that horror film?
Yeah, it's funny because I still remember. We were a boy band, right?
Yeah,
And
that's right.
we had been alive since like forever. We were like vampire boy bands. So like every 20 years or so, we would come out as a new band. So we were like a band in the 60s and we were like a band in the 80s. And like we're like this new pop band, and we stay alive by obviously sacrificing people and drinking their blood. And I remember way back then when we had the sacrifice scene, where we had to slay this virgin.
Mm.
Um, I was like, man, this is complicated. How am I ever going to remember this this crazy chanting stuff? And I memorized it so much, I still remember. It's like by Legba and by Zul, by Car and by Papis. It's like all this
Oh my
freaking
God,
weird
I
words,
love it.
and I still like locked in my brain, man. Yeah. That was really fun. And
So
what's her name? What was her name on that? There's a big actress that was on that, the
yeah,
brunette.
I forgot her name too.
She's
Like
in a lot
she's
of horror movies.
on the front cover of the
Yeah, yeah.
movie. Yeah.
She was really fun to work with. You know, I did another really cool horror thing. Bride, what was it? What was it? With Victor Mathau. I don't think it ever. Yeah, it did. It hit a lot of independent shows, and we won an award for it. I got to do some stunts for it.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, the stunts were fun. It was super bloody. I forget what it's called, but you know, I'm linking up. Have you seen Room 9?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so
That
my
was good.
buddy directed that and
Yeah,
wrote
really.
that. He wrote that. And Tom Walton, T Dubs, we call him Tom Walton, up
Nice.
and coming writer. And he's a good friend of mine from Philly. And I remember I did
Oh,
a
that's
little
where I live.
movie. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I gotta hook you. You gotta have Tom Walton on your show.
Okay.
I love it. So he's the writer of Room 9, and he's got a deal with Lionsgate now, and he's doing another like a movie called Son of an Angel, and it's about this like loosely based on a Hell's Angels biker gang, and
Nice.
the son of a guy who he got out, you know, and then his life gets pretty crooked anyway. Even though he tries to get out of that life that his dad was in, his life goes really crazy. And they got a lot of like pro MMA fighters that are in the movie.
Oh,
And
wow.
he's asked me to be in that movie. But he's doing. I think he's got Room 9, like a part 2 that got picked up too. So
Oh,
I should
that's
hook you up with
awesome.
Tom Walton. He Phil of Dreams. He's a great friend of mine. I should hook you two up because he's big in horror, man.
Oh, sweet. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Nice,
yeah.
nice. And you did a horror short, Tombstone Brides, was it?
Tombstone Brides. That's what I was trying to come up with.
Okay,
Yeah, I was trying to
okay.
remember Brides. I remember I was like Brides. Yeah, Tombstone Brides. That was with Victor Malthau. That was really fun. That's when we got some horror movie awards for that. Yeah, that was cool.
Sweet,
I had a lot of fun with that
nice.
one. The stunts was my favorite part, man. Yeah, they put a big pad up in the corner of the room, and I had to jump all the way and like hit my back in the corner of the room, so it looked like I got thrown up into the ceiling. And they couldn't believe how high I could jump because I could jump and get my back all the way in the corner of the room.
Oh my
It
God,
was
I
cool.
love it. I love it. That's
Yeah.
great. And and as we're talking about horror, like what horror films do you like to watch? Like, is there any horror films that you like to watch a lot?
Man, so I really like. Well, I like TV shows more.
Yeah,
So
nice.
I really liked Van Helsing.
Yes,
Super good, super
yes.
good. I think a new season is coming out. I'm like eagerly waiting for that. I tried to get into Winona for a little bit. Winona Earp.
Oh yeah.
The first season was all right. I like this next season. I didn't really like that much. You know what? I like that TV show, The Order. That was really freaking
I saw that.
good.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was really good. I
That
got like
was.
it's even though it's like a kids like young, I really like that show. As far as movies go, you know, I like the old cheesy stuff, man. You know, the worse the better.
Right, right. I mean,
I
that's what
I
it
got
is with horror.
I have a short. I have a horror short for you. Ready?
Okay.
It's called Feces Species,
Okay. Okay.
and it's about this alien that comes down to Earth to get some samples, and he locks eyes with this guy. It's going to sound super crazy, but this alien's getting these Earth samples, and this guy is brushing his teeth up in his bedroom, and he looks at his bedroom window, and he sees the alien, and the alien like sees him, he's like, oh no, I'm caught, you know. But then they fall in love, and then
Nice.
they bang it out, right? But then the alien fucks him and chucks him, right? The alien's like, Dear John letter, I'm out, like hit it and quit it. So the guy wakes up the next morning and he's like all depressed. He goes to work, and then like over the course of a week, this guy's belly is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then he's laying in bed. He's like, with a huge belly. And then all these shits fly out of his ass, right? And what he doesn't realize is that the alien sperm mixed with his human
Oh
genetic
no.
material And these shits are now fully animated, but they need hosts. So these little turds come out. They're like alien, human, half human shit, half alien creature. And they go out and they scatter out into the city and they stuff themselves down people's mouths. So you see people choking on turds.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
And then that's the end. That's it. Feces, species.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it. It's so funny.
That's some good horror sci-fi shit right there. Yeah? No shit, literally shit.
I know exactly. Nice.
I'm gonna make it one day.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely should. I saw like you also played a lead role in a couple films, Expose and Blood Effects.
Yes, you know what? I think Blood Effects is the same as Expose.
Oh, okay.
So Expose is crazy. So I actually co-produced that. I raised some money for that.
Oh, nice.
It never went anywhere, although it still has potential. So the basis of that movie was that there was these webcam houses, right? Like girls doing sex shows,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
all these girls lived together, and in various bedrooms they had little webcam shows. And this murderer stumbles into town, and he sees this hot chick, at the little grocery store or whatever, and he follows her home, right? And then he sees that she has hot girlfriends. He's peeping Tom in, but he doesn't know that it's a webcam house and that it's 24-hour live stream.
Oh.
And he gets into it with the deputy a little bit. I played the deputy, and so the deputy has a suspicion about him and is kind of checking him out, but he doesn't catch it in time. And this guy goes in there and brutally like murders all these girls, like hangs them,
Oh my
cuts their
God.
skin off. And it's everyone around the world is like tuning in, like watching it, like, oh my God, and they're making calls and trying to like stop it, but it's just broadcasted live. Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's some relationship stuff at the office. Actually, I played the guy that owned the business, and we had some porn stars in there. Sky Lopez was in there, Lonnie Waters, Peach DVD. We had a lot of really hot porn star girls in there that were
Nice.
kind of like their first real acting job.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't ever know what happened to that project, man. I have no idea where it went.
Oh, really? So
That's the
like that
weird thing
movie
about
never came out then?
no, that's the weird thing about
Wow.
the entertainment industry, man. I had a lot of people put money into it and everything, and I don't know what
Oh,
happened.
wow.
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks. I mean, it sounded like a really good film.
And I think it's maybe more fitting for this day and age, because with
Yeah, exactly.
OnlyFans, like it's
Exactly.
back then. This is 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Back then it was a little taboo still. Now it's
hmm
pretty much everybody's
Oh
doing that.
yeah. Everyone's doing the cam
Yeah,
shows now and taking off their clothes and
yeah, exactly.
so you also you're real big into weightlifting, bodybuilding. Like how did you start getting involved with that?
Well, I was out in LA. I had just come back from a big career producing fashion shows. I
Oh
saved a
wow.
ton of money. I was doing really well for myself. And I was like, I feel like the entertainment industry is going to need a new Stallone. You know, I was like, I'm 30. If I get it right now, like 36, by 36, 6 years of bodybuilding, I'll be jacked and I'll be ready to take over, um, I'll make, what's that guy's name? Frank Grillo, Frank
Oh
Grillo. I'll
yeah.
like, I'll make him look like small potatoes, I'll make him look like a chump. I'll be so buff, because a lot of actors are getting roles. I was more looking to compete with guys um, like Jason Momoa. You know what I mean? Like
hmm
I'm gonna get big, and what ended up happening is all these other celebrities came to me and were like, "Yo, be my personal trainer."
Oh
Be my
wow.
personal trainer. So I started training models and like C-suite executives and personal training, like celebs, and getting them ready for roles. And I actually found that to be way more rewarding than doing the
Oh,
acting stuff. I started competing in jiu-jitsu, and I was like, man, screw it. I'll just make a ton of
damn.
money doing personal training, competing in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, having fun, having more free time. And that really, around 30 is when I really started kind of just deciding to step away from the entertainment industry.
Okay.
Every now and then, like my buddy T Dubs, Tom Walton, shout out, Field of Dreams. Woo, woo, woo. He wants me to do this movie. And it sounds fun because it's like a prison movie, biker movie. I got the whole biker look
Yeah,
going, so I could
nice.
do that. But I don't really pursue acting as much anymore.
Oh wow, okay. So like
Oh,
you're more into training anyone who wants to be trained and
yeah, yeah. I'm a private
martial
chef now.
arts.
Private chef. I do
Oh,
cooking
oh, you're a chef
for
too.
yeah. Personal training, private chef. I lead meditation, so that's how I stay busy these days.
Oh wow. So do you do custom meal plans and all that stuff for people?
Absolutely, yeah,
Oh wow.
absolutely. Yep.
And like do you have like a store or page like if anyone wanted to hire you for like doing like the meal
Yeah,
plans and all that stuff?
people just usually hit me up on Instagram. It's at Jeremy Jackson Fitness. I have a questionnaire that I send out to people, and I make custom meal plans for them based on their goals, their body type, their ability to work out or not work out,
Hmm.
food restrictions, if they want to go keto, paleo, vegan, carnivore, whatever kind of food they like.
Yeah,
And, because a lot of these people, they have plans, but they're already pre-made.
yeah,
It's not like
exactly.
specific to you. So I like to, cost a little more, but I like to make specific plans for people to become their best.
Wow, nice. And
Yeah.
like what kind of like food plan do you follow? Do you eat like are you
Yeah.
keto, plant-based, like
I've done it all. I've done it all, man. I've tried it all. When I'm eating basically like paleo, is when I feel best, which is no processed food. So as much red meat as I want, as much chicken, as much fish, as much vegetables, sweet potatoes, like other root vegetables,
hmm.
fruits, that kind of stuff. When I start messing around with like pasta or
Yeah,
crackers or chips,
yeah.
that's when I start thinking about food and like eating food I shouldn't, and then I feel like crap.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like what about rice? Does rice fall into that too? Like with
You
like
know,
pasta?
for me personally, I find that like white rice or brown rice, on occasion, like if I've been training really hard and I really need to get a lot of calories in me, it doesn't do to me what like bread and pasta does.
Oh.
So it's like messing up my digestion, spike my insulin, or get me real sleepy feeling.
Mhm.
So what I do is, when I am eating higher carbohydrates, I try to moderate my fats. So I feel like eating high fat and high protein and vegetables is is best for me if I want to get lean and retain muscle.
Yeah.
I'll eat high fat, like a lot of fat. Like I'll put uh, healthy butter on everything, olive oil on everything. I'll eat avocados, but I won't eat a lot of sugar. And then if I am gonna eat like bananas and rice, sweet potato, I'll bring the fat down. That way, the calories kind of stay around the same, but I'm getting calories from a carbohydrate instead of a fat. And plus, when you mix fat and sugar, the sugar, which when I say sugar means potatoes,
Yeah.
carbs, rice, then the sugar raises your blood sugar level, and the fat that you eat doesn't burn; it stores on you.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So when you just eat the carbs, your body will use it for energy, but when you mix it with the fat, it doesn't use it as for energy as well. And
Wow.
you have more chance to spill over calories, to eat more calories than you need. That converts to fat. Yeah,
And
body fat.
wow. And like what do you what do you think about like a lot of people are like on plant-based diets and like eating a lot of fruits, veggies. Like what do you think of like the plant-based diets?
I think the problem with that is that a lot of people that are going plant based aren't actually eating a lot of fruits and veggies. They're eating a lot of processed, synthetic, imitation foods. So like, these Beyond Burger patties, these, the tofu
Yeah.
and or synthetic meat is not made from vegetables and fruits. It's not
Really?
made from beans and nuts. It's
Yeah,
made
really.
from, dude, if read, I'll Google it right now. Watch this. I'm going to cut off for a second. Watch this.
Okay.
Beyond Meat ingredients. Boom. We're going there. Ready for this? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Water, first ingredient. Pea protein isolate. Ready for this?
Okay.
Expelled pressed canola oil,
Sure.
refined coconut oil, rice protein, cocoa butter, mung bean protein, mycocellulose, potassium chloride, sunflower lecithin. These are like basically mycocellulose.
What is that?
Expelled pressed canola oil is literally so toxic. No one should be eating it.
Get out.
Nobody should be eating it. It's like eating something you would put in your car.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's like a motor oil. It's so bad. It's carcinogenic. It is cancer causing. It's if you look at some studies, it leads to macular degeneration. It's why people are losing their vision.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it's super duper processed. So whatever they're putting in there has been stripped of the nutrients and
Wow.
processed beyond being recognized as an actual food. So you might as well just put some styrofoam in between a bun and eat it. Like literally, that's what it's like. So that's what I think the real problem is. If people were, because in order to get enough calories from fruits and vegetables, you know how
Yeah.
much freaking vegetables you have to eat? You have to eat like 3 pounds of vegetables a day. You know what I mean? And like cows can do that. That all they do is chew all day long. Like we eat like 2-3 times a day. It's pretty hard. So I'm all for juicing. I'm drinking a green juice. I'm all for like plant-based proteins and plant extracts, like all these good mushroom extracts and
Mm-hmm.
healthy chlorophyll filled foods, and adding that, they're superfoods. Adding that to your diet, regardless of what you eat, that's good. But when you say you're vegan, but really you just eat fake cheese, rice noodles, rice bread, and you don't eat any eggs, you don't eat meats, you're just basically eating a lot of synthetic food that's been processed to taste and have a special consistency because
Mm-hmm.
you really want meat. So you're just eating fake meat. It's
Yeah.
actually less healthy than just eating real meat.
Wow.
But quality of meat is super important. If you're just eating bologna, like that's not meat either.
I know.
That's highly processed as
I
well.
know that
Yeah,
processed foods, like all the lunch meats, like the ham and
right.
bologna and yeah,
Salami. Yeah, I
salami.
think meat gets a really bad rap because if you go out to like a steak dinner, and then you have the mashed potatoes that has freaking the butter and the cream and the potatoes and the cheese. You know what I mean? It's different than just eating meat. I've actually done diets where all I ate was meat. I ate
Oh
meat,
wow.
organ meat, liver, kidney, steak, eggs. That's all I ate. And I ate capsules of organ meat. So thymus, lung, spleen, kidney. It sounds crazy, but in each organ of a healthy cow is every nutrient that we need in our body.
Oh
All the
really?
vitamins, all the minerals, all the micronutrients, like iron, calcium.
Get out.
It's all in there. It's just hard to eat all that organ meat, so you can get it in capsules. And I swear, I felt so freaking amazing.
Oh
It is
wow.
incredible. But I think it's when you have French fries that are fried in canola oil with the burger and the bun and the cheese, and then you drink a Coke or a Diet Coke, and people are like, meat's bad for you, you're sick, you have high cholesterol.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's not really the meat. It was everything else. It was the
Oh
processed American cheese and the bun and the fries and the soda. So if you went and
wow.
you got a burger wrapped in lettuce and you drank a water, you think you're going to continue to be sick? No. No, a lot is going to change. But a lot is going to change if you take the meat out too. Things are going to change because
Yeah.
if people don't eat meat, they're just not eating as much calories. So they're losing weight because they omitted eat meat, but they're eating other stuff. It just happens to be less calories and less fat because they canceled the meat. So honestly, I would say cancel out the other stuff and continue to eat the meat and eat
Yeah.
vegetables and meat, and you'll probably feel amazing.
Oh wow. Okay. And like you talked about like eating like different parts like liver and like, I
Yeah.
was seeing like like the bones are healthy too. That's why they make the collagen.
And collagen, yeah, the marrow is amazing for you. Collagen is incredible for your skin, for your joints, for your hair, for your nails. Um, yeah, yeah, absolutely. Really, if you break down a cow and everything that's in there is perfectly matched to what a human needs. You just have to eat it in the right ratios.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's interesting stuff. As you can tell, I'm super passionate about this kind of stuff, you
Yes,
know?
exactly. Um, I know you said like around 140 you needed to like
Yeah, that'd be great.
so yeah, so we got like 5 minutes, so I'll ask a couple more
Awesome.
questions and then I'll
Cool, man.
wrap it up for you. Um, for like juice cleanse, how do you feel about that? Like, does juice cleanse help a person if they want to say if someone wants to lose a few inches around their waist, a couple inches, like do you recommend like a juice cleanse?
Juice cleanses are great. I mean, especially if you're looking to boost your immune system, if you're sick, right?
Mhm.
If you have a cold, if you have viruses, if you get sick often, you know, if you're battling cancer, Lyme disease, colitis, stuff like this, amazing. Because what you're going to do is your body's going to have the energy that you're normally eating, that you're normally using to digest food. There's a lot of energy that goes into digesting food.
Okay.
So when you're drinking just juice, your body doesn't have to digest, and your body has all this extra enzymes and all this extra energy that are usually used to digest food that can actually go to facilitate other functions in the body, detoxification, healing, attacking the bacteria cells or the viral cells. That can do other functions in the body. Now, short-term juice cleanses are great. If you do them for too long, or too often, your metabolism can lower. And that's when you get into this yo-yo thing. So like if you do a juice cleanse for a week, for sure, depending on how big you are or how unhealthy you are, you're going to lose 5 to 10 pounds on a 7-day juice cleanse. You know, you could drink like 5 juices a day. Now, when I say juice, I don't mean like freaking pineapple, papaya,
Exactly.
mango.
Yeah.
You know, you might like carrots and green apples are really good. They have some sugars in there, but they're
Mhm.
lower in sugar. Beets are also sugar. You know, but you don't just want to be blending strawberries and blueberries and basically making daiquiris all day. You got to have some celery in there, some spinach in there, some kale in there, some cucumber in there. You want to have some mostly vegetables and maybe a little bit of sugar, lemon, ginger, stuff like that.
Okay.
You're definitely going to lose weight, but you can gain 5 pounds the first day off your cleanse eating like junk.
Oh
You
wow.
know, you could put it all back on because a lot of that weight that you're losing is excess calories, inflammation, bloating, and, you know, fecal matter that's stored up. So you can get rid of all that. You can kind of clean the slate, get a fresh start. And then if you ease back into eating, healthy eating, you know, and start depending on how you eat, be careful and just eat food that you're going to burn off that day. Then you can
Okay.
keep it. You know, I'm going to eat 2,000 calories today because I know my body needs about 2,000 calories a day. Oh, I worked out today. I need to eat about 2,500 because that workout burned about 500 calories. I don't want to be starving. I don't want to be tired. I need to eat for fuel, but it's a good way to restart and get a lot of bloating because dairy, wheat, gluten, you know, all of these things, they make us puffy, you know, they make us
Yeah,
bloat.
definitely.
We carry around bloating and inflammation in the gut, in the joints, where we just got inflammation. So it can help get rid of the inflammation and help you feel better to keep it. But if you just go eat pasta and breadsticks, and lasagna and a Subway sandwich, you're going to get on the scale the next morning and be the same weight before you started and feel like a total idiot because you starved yourself for a week for nothing. Yeah.
And real fast, like, do you have anything coming out next you want to plug? And where can fans find you at?
Definitely the Baywatch documentary. It's going to be amazing. It's probably going to spring a lot of new stuff coming up for me in the industry. Um, this movie I'm doing, Son of an Angel with Tom Walton, and you can find me at Instagram at Jeremy Jackson Fitness. You can find me on Facebook, Jeremy Jackson. You can find me on Twitter, it's Jeremy Jackson. But Instagram is where I'm most active. And that's about it. If anyone's listening to this and they're struggling with mental health issues, they
Hmm.
want support, you can find me at the Imperfectly Perfect campaign on Instagram. We're breaking the stigma around being able to talk openly and freely about mental health issues, from
Oh wow.
depression to PTSD, body dysmorphia, anything that you're struggling with in the mental health arena. We have a lot of people on board ready to help.
Wow. Okay. Nice. Nice. Well, I want to thank you again for coming on the show. Like this has been really fun. Just like talking to you. Like eh,
Yeah.
definitely fun. I really liked it a lot.
Likewise, man. I got a lot of good reactions out of you, so you were amping me up.
There you
Yeah.
go. Nice.
You're a fun interview. For real. For real. That was a fun interview. Normally I really don't like them, but I genuinely I feel the same. We had fun together. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
definitely. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
All right, brother.
All right, buddy.
Take care, man. Great to talk to you. Have a good rest of your
All
day.
all right, man. You too. Thank you.
All right, peace.
Bye.